Welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the man who just sold his company to Waystar Royco, Bill.
Hi, everyone. Yes.
That's a Succession reference, because tonight was the series finale of one of television's probably greatest shows.
Oh.
So if you are a fan of good TV, make sure you check out Succession on Max.
Max.
And if you would like to advertise on the Reluctant Adult Podcast, send us an email at thereluctantadultpodcast@gmail.com. And we can make fun of your company just like we did there. Max. So this was a full week of stuff. I won't say there's like one looming large story, but there were a lot of little tiny bite-sized stories that will be enjoyable. So I think we should just start with the McDonald's is celebrating the birthday of Grimace by offering not technically an adult Happy Meal, but this sort of seems like a continuation of that sort of promotion. So you're going to be able to get, again, the Big Mac or the Chicken McNuggets and a nice purple shake that looks like Grimace was ground up.
Right.
Some whipped cream on top. Yeah, purple shake.
What part of Grimace
yum,
is that
purple.
Coming from? Where do they
do you think? Yeah, where how they get that?
They're like milking Grimace. Do you think they have him like hooked up to like a machine?
Milking? Oh, God.
Just like,
now I do. Because originally...
Keep making that shake, Grimace.
When Grimace debuted, he had 4 arms. So those arms had to go somewhere. So maybe they finally found a use for them.
And now he has 4 eyes, according to
that's right. If you look at his toy.
Second to last Happy Meal, yes.
Yeah. I was trying to find out when Grimace debuted. Like, is this an actual birthday? Like, did he come out in June? I could not find that information. He went away for a little while. He had to go work on himself.
Okay.
But when he returned, he was minus 1 set of arms. They thought he was a little less threatening.
What is Grimace? Is he a nugget? Is he?
I think he's
a spice drop.
What I've heard is he's a taste bud.
That's
what I've heard. He's a taste bud. That is what I have heard. Cannot confirm that, but yeah, he does sort of look like a purple gumdrop. That's what I.
What about Birdie? Does she just create the chickens that make the chicken nuggets?
Right. So she lays the eggs that then become the chicken nuggets. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. That's the sordid history. You know how like they did the horror remake of Winnie the Pooh recently?
Yeah, it's getting a sequel too.
Oh, that's what the world needs. Will the characters from McDonald's ever go into public domain so that we can write their backgrounds that McDonald's is too afraid to tell? Yeah. I mean, if your mascot is a clown, you know there's some shenanigans going on behind the scenes.
Oh, sure.
They had to phase out Ronald McDonald recently because the tide has really turned on clowns. People are not supportive of clowns in the vicinity of children. That's not a happy thought anymore. Remember there used to be like park benches in the shape of Ronald so you could sit in his lap?
Yeah, or you could sit on the bench itself. You didn't necessarily have to sit on his lap, but yeah, I remember those.
Oh, I was always made to sit directly on his lap. I thought that was the only option. Oh. And there were like high chairs and just regular child chairs in the restaurant that were shaped like him. Like he was flattened and he would sit directly on his lap.
I do remember those, of course.
Yeah. So we've moved away from sitting on the clown's laps. That's not really part of society anymore. But so I would like to see the adult Happy Meal return. Maybe with some actual toys that adults would like, not these weird 4-eyed versions of these characters.
Sure.
But yeah, I think this is good. Better than nothing. At least they're trying to do something outside of the normal.
Colored bun.
The colored bun. I still haven't made my way to Burger King. I just couldn't get psyched up enough to, because it doesn't, like, you said, it doesn't taste any different.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, so it's not like, I can't wait to go visualize food that's red. Like, it's just hard to get excited to go to a Burger King.
Well, that had me thinking, this movie, so Into the Spider-Verse is coming out this week.
Okay.
And have you seen anything kind of like really like hyping it up besides
like
the Happy Meal
commercials or trailers?
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't say I see anything for anything like on social media. Maybe I mean I've seen people talking about it. People are very positive about it. People have seen it and they say it's good.
Sure.
So I don't know what sort of advertising we get other than that now. Because we don't watch regular TV. I mean, there were commercials before some of the streaming services, but I definitely like check out. Like I don't retain any of that information.
It just seems like it should be like 1 in every swipes on TikTok, like 1 in every 5 swipes on TikTok should be like an ad for Into the Spider-Verse.
Ad for it. I don't know. Maybe they just think word of mouth is going to carry it because the first one did pretty well, and they really banked on this Burger King promotion. Like, Burger King has the heartbeat of America. Well, I will say that the Into the Spider-Verse toys from Hasbro are, at least in my area, are doing very well. The only figure I have seen on the shelves is the Spot. No other characters. Before this week, when I went out and hit some other areas, I was actually able to track down one of each character, except Spider-Punk, which I don't know if he's short packed. I don't know if they're doing like full cases still or if these are shipping together. But like even Pixel Dan was having trouble tracking down Spider-Punk. Yeah, I know. Oh.
Yeah, but no, I think I've seen them all. So
yeah. I don't know if people just were excited to have the plastic back and they were like, "Oh, I don't even care. I just want it." But yeah, those have been tricky to track down, and it's not going to get any easier once the actual movie comes out.
Okay.
Those Mario figures, they sold through once the movie hit, but now they're just piling up. Yeah. So I don't know if there's going to be any new characters, a Series 2, because I really like the Mario figures they did, like the Black Series, whatever you would call them, like the $20 Mario figures. Right. I wouldn't mind some more characters throw in there. I guess there weren't that many other. You could do like Donkey Kong, but that might have to be a deluxe figure like Bowser. I don't know. But they did a very good job with those.
They did.
Yeah. You showed me a photo of this Nunb. Is that how you pronounce his name? The co-pilot from Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
Nunb. One of the more disturbing looking aliens in the Star Wars universe, at least in terms of his face.
Yes.
He's humanoid otherwise, but he's got a very graphic looking face. Like if you just show this to someone off the street, they'd be like, "You can't show this. This is pornographic. Get this out of here."
Right.
So imagine that, but even less refined and then naked. and that's what we're getting from the Regal Robot Archive collection, the Nien concept maquette, which it's too late to order them. You have to get on the waiting list. So if you have an extra $400 and you really want a Nien that's naked and you can see all like the clay, the finger marks in the clay, jump on.
Oh,
there.
Really? Is that all there? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I was looking at it. I was like, oh, you can like because they did like a turnaround and you could see in the back it was very like. This is where the fingerprints are from like sculpting him out of clay because it's supposed to represent like the thing they showed to George to be like, is this good enough, George? Does this look good?
Right.
Do you remember the like behind the scenes stuff from the prequels where people were showing George like the different versions of what was it Dexter? They were showing him like with the different ways Dexter could look.
Okay.
You don't remember that from like the
I just recently watched behind the scenes video with him and his stamp. His stamp? You ever seen that? Yeah, he'd
like
walk
instead of
through,
writing his name, he'd
have like an approval stamp. Yeah,
that seems like what it would be. Yeah. Like that's good. It's got the George stamp, seal of approval.
George Lucas stamp of approval. This is going to a galaxy far, far away.
Far, far away. Yeah. There's this photo that pops up every once in a while of George at a mall food court, just sitting by himself eating, like at one of the little tables. He's just like us. He's just a normal guy who has billions of dollars and nothing to do with it, apparently.
But That's interesting. That one.
It's creepy. It's weird.
It is.
But
it's creepy with the flight suit on, but like the naked and its shoulders up. But it's like it's wild.
It's like here, it's like you just see his shoulder. It's like he's wearing a towel or something.
Yeah,
it's so
like
weird.
He's popping out of the tub. You might as well put bubbles around it, maybe, or like some kind of water effect. Like he's coming out of the water.
Imagine that popping
like,
popping out of the tub. Hello, I see
hello
that
there.
You're not very afraid right now. Let me fix that.
Yes,
but they've done a whole series of them because there's a photo. There's like the Max Rebo that shows off his how his back legs are actually the hands that play the organ. So through this series, we've learned so much about how creepy these characters actually look.
Yeah, they got to get to the hopefully, I don't know. I don't follow Regal Robot that much. I know they were like a startup like 5 years ago, maybe a little bit more. And they just kind of started doing like small artsy things, but they've really kind of taken over like the Gentle Giant spot in terms of making like production maquettes and busts and things of that nature.
It's nice to see that word back in the
maquette.
Because it was everything was about maquettes. Like back in the
back in the 90s, it was all maquettes. You'd go into the Jawa Trader at the end of the Star Wars Insider, and it would all just be maquettes. Go on QVC, and they'd be selling one of 5,000 produced maquettes.
So we're heading back there. That's where we.
Hopefully, we don't get into some of the weirder Jabba the Hutt maquettes, because he was talk about a wild from beginning to end
evolution of his
look.
Well, he started as a dude. He was just going to be that. He
started as a dude. At one point, he was like a slug form, but with multiple arms or legs. And at one point, he was like a giant, like slovenly Asian-looking man.
Okay.
They gave him like a Fu Manchu,
but that's fine.
I don't.
Oh,
that was just
Manchu?
Yes.
So like a stereotypical. Like,
very
offensively stereotypical.
Very offensive. Yeah.
We were very offended by all that. Well, now I think we need to see that. We need to see the evolution of Jabba, like from very offensive to just like lovable Jabba. Lovable Jabba. I have the Beanie Baby of him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that poor thing doesn't hold up at all.
No, the pleather deteriorates. Yeah.
It does.
Not a great choice.
No.
But while we're talking about the artistic side of collecting, our friend Greg on Instagram updated his X-Men mannequin collection. He is currently working on Jubilee.
Yeah.
So he got a smaller mannequin. He's got the yellow trench coat. He still doesn't have a head for Gambit. So he's moved on. He's like, he can't find the right head for Gambit. So he's just moved on to the next character.
It's easier to produce from the shoulders down on that one.
Right, yeah.
He'll put Nunb on it on Gambit.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Right? Well, I really want to see what Gambit's head thing looks like in real life, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. It was like a mask with ear holes and then the whole face cut out, but then it would let the hair come out. So it served no purpose, as far as I can tell.
It seemed like it was like a sleeve almost, as it were, for the head.
But somehow it had perfectly, trimmed so you could see his face.
He cut out a large stocking. I don't know how you would put that
thing on. It seems like it would be so annoying, especially like around the hairline. You'd always be adjusting it. Yeah,
and then pop it back up.
I don't think we've ever seen that in, maybe like a cosplayer has done it.
Maybe.
But then Greg also has a new mannequin body. It's a male with his hands on his hips like this. So I'm hoping Cyclops. I feel like we need Cyclops. That's what's really missing from this group. Psylocke did not make the group photo, but we saw some of her, right?
We did.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to her. She got moved to the B team.
I wonder if he'll make Beast.
Oh, Beast would be good. Beast would be hard.
It would be difficult.
You'd need a really big.
He'd need two mannequins.
He would need two mannequins, or like go to a zoo where they have like statues of apes. Maybe that would be the route. Like you wouldn't. You can't make Beast with the traditional like human mannequin. You need something different. Yeah. So that would be okay. Maybe we can start making a wish list of characters we want to see him produce. Beast is a good one. Yeah. Playmates, we always talk about how they're a one-trick pony. They do the turtles. They re-release their turtles. It's like the what is it? The wake, like the wake up, do something, repeat. Shirt. This is Playmates.
Yes.
Make turtles, make them again, repeat. That's all they do. So this latest set in their series of like classic re-releases come in this box with like new artwork, but the set is very strange. You have two of the turtles, I believe Leo and Raphael, if I'm correct.
That sounds right.
You have April with some like she's her yellow jumpsuit, but like some white parts that are not usually white. Like I think the collar is white.
Okay.
And her eyes are wonky as hell.
Yeah.
They're just like pointing in all different directions. And then Mondo Gecko, which fine. I'm a fan of that character. I like him a lot. But like, what a weird lineup. Oh, the weirdest part of all, the turtle molds are those Mirage molds they did. So these aren't even the classic originally. Yeah. So they like have all these hash marks, so they look like scarecrows. It's bizarre. So you have to think another box set is coming with the other two turtles, and then maybe Casey Jones and like another random like ally. I don't know. This is a very, very weird box set.
It's a weird set.
Yeah, it's very strange.
I'm going to hold off on this because
I don't feel like I need to jump on this, especially how the other ones kind of went down in price pretty quickly.
And if they're releasing these on a single card, I'll just get, like I told you the other night, I'll get April and Mondo Gecko when they release them on a single card with the actual card art.
Yeah,
specific to the character. Yeah,
right. Not this generic stuff. Nobody wants that.
Right.
I'm still mad about that box that they put out with the movie star turtles. And how they just, first of all, like of all the mistakes, they used the wrong Splinter. They used like the cartoon Splinter and just painted him the weird colors of the movie star Splinter. And then the turtles were colored weird and they weren't like the right bendy plastic. And then the weapons, I think, weren't all there. It was just a mess. That whole set was a mess.
Yeah.
But if you needed Super Shredder, I think that was probably the best figure of the set. He's the most faithful to that original figure. You know about these SodaStream machines?
I've seen. Oh yeah, I love them. I love those.
Oh, you have one?
Oh, SodaStream or the what you
not
see?
The freestyle.
Like,
not the freestyle. The thing you buy to have in your home.
Yeah, my father-in-law has one.
Okay.
Carbonized.
So the idea is
carbonized.
Carbonate.
Not
you
carbonate.
Carbonate your water. So it's like this. It's just this like slender machine, and you fill up the bottle with water. You stick it under there, and you press the button as many times as you want, and that puts carbonation into your water. So then you have sparkly water. You can do, and then you add flavors to it. So it comes with like a couple of flavors. But here's the thing: the flavors suck. The flavors it comes with taste like nothing. You'd have to pour like the whole friggin' bottle in there to even get it to taste like anything.
Right.
But you can get like the Skittles flavors. You can get any of the little pouches of powder, throw it in there. It's fine. But here's the lifespan of a SodaStream. You buy it, you get excited about being healthy and drinking less soda, and then you never use it again after like a week. That's the lifespan of the SodaStream. But here's the thing. SodaStream is owned by PepsiCo. So PepsiCo knows that we don't want to stop drinking soda. We just want to like trick ourselves into thinking we're doing something healthier. So Pepsi now sells these bottles of the syrup that they use to make the different flavors of Pepsi. So you can make your own Pepsi at home with the authentic Pepsi syrup.
Yeah. But it's also supposed to cut down on your plastic output as well. That was a big push for it. But then you also have to keep buying the CO2 cartridges.
Well, you get them refilled, so you can take them to Target, and if you get it refilled there, you get a discount. Or
they have a refill station at Target because it used to just be Bed Bath and Beyond, and that was the Beyond part. That was the only reason to go there in the first place was to
the places that offered it kept going out of business.
Yeah.
There was like another one and they stopped doing it. But yes, Target will do it because Target sells it now. So I feel like anywhere that sells it has to offer that.
So do you have one, or are you just
I do. I've had one. I got really excited about it because I was like, I want to cut out soda. Soda's like the worst thing you can consume, but it's so delicious. I love carbonation.
I love Mountain Dew.
Yeah, and then like the thing, I love the Mountain Dew. So yeah, I bought it, and then I never used it because you have to buy the little things, and they don't taste as good as soda. But I love the syrup for Starry. They sell Starry syrup, and last week I was just talking about how I wanted Mountain Dew at IHOP, and they gave me Starry instead, and I was like, this isn't as good. But the syrup, you can make your own Starry. It's pretty good. Okay. You can control the amount of carbonation. They don't sell Mountain Dew. I don't know if this is another way that they're trying to market Starry, or like the Mountain Dew's formula is so secret that they're not like letting it out there in syrup form. They're like afraid of what people, they would use it like in like hard drink mixes or something. Because that's how Mountain Dew originally like caught on. It was like a mixer for an alcoholic drink. That was the origin of Mountain Dew. So yeah, I'm 100% on board. And we also got the Pepsi one, which tastes just like Pepsi because it is the Pepsi syrup. It's just like Pepsi if you got it in the 2 liter and it wasn't the first time you drank it, like if you put it back in the fridge and took it out. So it's like a little flat, even though you can put as much carbonation as you want. It doesn't have that, like, it's not like if you're drinking from a can. Like, there's no way to replicate that experience of drinking soda from a can.
Sure.
But it's pretty good. And it's cheaper because you're only paying like $6 for this thing, and you can get like a bunch of hits off of it. And then you're just using water from your tap or your refrigerator. So it's got to be a little healthier, right? A little bit? Gotta be. You're drinking the water. The water is the main thing. Yeah. So I was really excited to discover that. And I hope that they offer Mountain Dew or some other flavors. Like maybe they can roll out Pitch Black that way. I want Pitch Black. And then I would literally buy a case to keep for like throughout the year. Yeah. Nice. Because that original formula though. I didn't like the most recent Pitch Black. It wasn't quite there.
Yeah. No, there has been no successful repeat of the original Pitch Black formula.
And I want to know why. I need somebody to dig into the story and figure out what the deal is with that.
They probably lost the formula. It's probably
you think they lost it like in a
it's
fire?
It's like an idea that somebody just had. They're like,
doing
save it all, but don't save the Pitch Black.
Yeah,
just let it live on in legend. They can only
save one form. That's right. They can only save one formula where they were running out. They're like, save Surge. It's the future of soda. Surge. Everyone will love that forever. They need to do, like they're doing these movies about the flaming hot Cheetos. I want to see a movie about Pitch Black. I want to see that origin story. Get Seinfeld on that one.
Did you see that Jada Toys Chester Cheeto?
I did.
That just popped up.
I feel like I had seen someone else making a Chester Cheetah. But yeah, all of a sudden today, everyone was posting the Jada Toys Chester the Cheetah. What did you think of it?
It's nice, but there's too much articulation.
It does have a lot of points, and all of the articulation point had like the paint peeling, which was weird.
Right.
It's like they peeled it halfway, and they didn't go the whole way. They're like, just keep the little paint there. Like, no, you got to peel the whole way if it's gonna fall off from moving the joint.
Right.
So. But I do like that character. I always wanted to get that pop. I think there was like a flocked version of him.
Yeah, I always enjoyed his attitude. He as far as food mascots went, he always had a very good attitude.
Because he wasn't too in your face. He was laid back, but you could also tell he wasn't like above causing a little trouble if someone was like not down with Cheetos. Like he wasn't just gonna like go away quietly.
No.
If he needed to push a few buttons, he was going to make it happen. Yeah. Him and the Pog mascot, I feel like would have been a good team. Do you remember like Pog? It was like a caveman or like a ball of fur or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was like a dust ball with arms and legs, and he had like the Sonic the Hedgehog sneakers, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, those two I feel like would have been a good team. I'd like to see them team up in the future. If there were Cheeto Pogs, I'm not sure. Speaking of Pops, which I think I mentioned Pops, right? I love the Target mascot Bullseye, and they've done Pops of Bullseye, several of them. I've never been able to find one. Well, I found my first one. Here is the Jurassic Park John Hammond Bullseye as John Hammond. Now, when I first looked at it, I'm like, why is he holding a chicken wing? Like, why is he eating lunch? Is he at the commissary? But no, that's his cane, like the ember on the top of it, which I don't think they did a good job realizing that. It just looks like a ball of orange. But he's also got a raptor. They should have switched hands because the raptor's covered up by the picture. You can't even see it.
Yeah.
And he's like in a weird standing, crouching pose.
Okay.
Which is just like awkward, but still a fun figure. Some nice colors. And I somehow ended up with a bunch of the Jurassic Park Pops. So that's a nice sort of like crossover for me. I don't think I'm going to get them
at Target, so.
I bought them at Target, yeah. I don't think I'm going to get the T-Rex, like the two sets. There's like the T-Rex next to the overturned Ford Explorer, and then there's Alan Grant with the other one. I don't think I need those unless they go on clearance.
Sure.
Because it's hard to see them. There's like too much plastic inside of it, so it's all reflecty. So it's a little hard to like really display those in the box, which is how I like to display my Pops.
Okay.
Also with Pops, so talking about this Bullseye Pop, this was $15 because I guess
insane.
It's an exclusive.
So what?
But it's too much. It's way too much. So I wasn't happy about that. But then I also wasn't happy about the price of this. This is the Bitty Pops. Have you seen these? We've talked about these a little bit.
We've talked about them. I've only seen them at an antique store at this point. Why an antique store? I don't know.
Well, these are antiques from the future, maybe. I want to really quickly look up how much these are supposed to cost, because I've had them all saved on Entertainment Earth for when they come in. Okay, so they're $15 on Entertainment Earth too. So that's how much these cost. That's the MSRP for your Bitty Pops. Let's do an unboxing here. I did already open it, but it's tape. It's not tape. It's glue. So it's like you're gonna know if these are open or not, because it comes with 4 figures. 3 you automatically know, and one of them is a mystery figure. So there's 4 mystery figures you can get. 2 of them are 1 of 6. 2 of them are 1 of 3.
Okay.
So it's like more common ones. So at least with the mystery figure, you can tell what you're getting from the top. So if you don't even want to open it. So this is the Sand Trooper, or not Sand Trooper, the Sand Person. Tuscanator. That's what I'm searching for. So we'll open up him so we can see what he looks like. So he comes in this little black plastic. I'm going to rip this. I'll rip it by here. You can hear it. There you go. What's Bill got? What do you got? What is that? I couldn't see it.
No, it's Jar Jar Binks.
There we go. There's my Sand Person.
Oh wow!
So they're little. I'll put it next to the full size Bob. You can see, and that's the whole point of these. They're small, and he just fell out. So they're very tiny. They're itty bitty. The figure does come out a little too easily for my taste. Comes out of there. He's screwed in, so you can't take him off the base unless you want to screw him. But it's a very faithful representation of the Pop. It's got a nice feel to it. It's not like a sticker that's going to peel off. It's like printed on there. So it's got a little bit of a texture to it. So it comes with a display base. So if you want to stack them, it makes it easier. But it's like almost a little redundant because the case, like the plastic tray it comes in, is like basically the same thing. So it just seems a little redundant. But
I feel like this needs to be the future of Pops just because it's such a space saver.
Yeah.
Like this will revitalize the Pop.
We'll see. I was initially very excited about the Bitty Pops. Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm going to buy all of them. I'm going to stack them. But like having them in hand, it's like, okay, you see, like the mystery Pop is definitely necessary because there's very little like excitement to buying a set, because you buy it. If there wasn't a mystery Pop, I don't know that I would even open the box, because there's not like more you can do with it once you open it. Like, if you have a little like small play environment where you want to put them on a shelf or something, that would be cute. But other than that,
you need to get that Al from Al's Toy Barn action figure.
I know. I do think I will get that.
That will create all the fantasy.
People are always posting action figure furniture on Amazon, and I put it in my box a couple of times. My what's it called? Oh, shopping cart? Yeah. See, they just fall out. They just fall out.
There they go.
I'm gonna cancel the recording. So yeah, these I was more excited for these before I saw them and before I saw the price tag. So this may be the only set I buy. There's not really any, unless you like really want to have a big collection and you just don't have the space. Yeah. That's a good reason. But if you already have these figures, it doesn't really make sense to rebuy them. But maybe for like trading purposes, I don't know. People will probably find something fun to do with them. Fill the box with something else. I don't know. Whatever. Funko's trying. Funko's had a lot of trouble the last few years.
Sure.
They're hoping that this hits big. So we'll see. We'll see. So while I'm talking about stuff I picked up at Target, and we were talking about Jada Toys, I was very happy to find the Street Fighter figures. Ryu, there he is. Do you pronounce it Ryu? Because I took a form of karate growing up that was spelled Ryu, but it was pronounced Ru. But I've always said Ryu when talking about the character.
I think it's always been Ryu.
Yeah, I think so too, because there's been like media. We would have noticed if he was being pronounced a different way. And then here's Fei Long, which I'm not as familiar with. I don't know which game he entered in, but more of a generic human character. I would have loved if they had started. These are at Target. Yeah, they sell these at Target. I would love if they had started with Blanca or E Honda. Like, those are some characters I would love to have. But Ryu, you got to start with Ryu. He is a classic. So I haven't opened these yet. Obviously, I'm going to do like a proper unboxing because I think these are going to be really good. Like, they look really good. We've seen the articulation in practice. We've seen people posing them. So I'm very excited about where this line is going to head. Chun-Li just went up for pre-order on sites, coming out later this year. She's featured on the back of the box as Series 1. And then I think we know that M. Bison is coming.
He was part of Wave 1. You mentioned he was part of Wave 1.
Well, I don't know what is considered Wave 1 then, because this is Wave 1. Is it a 3-figure set or a 6-figure set spread out over like 12 months? That's still considered Wave 1.
Oh, sure.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But they look like good figures, so, and $25, you can't beat that. Like, you can't. No,
that's great for
that's
all that.
That's a great price. Yeah.
That's wild.
It is wild, I know. That should make other companies be like, well, we have to pay for IP. So
we have to combine them with a Power Ranger first and then a Transformer and then upcharge you 75%.
You know, we had to put all of our characters in Fortnite, and then we made Fortnite toys that didn't sell very well. So we're just not going to make Fortnite toys anymore. We're going to stop making toys based on those video games because we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Fortnite figures, great figures. Just not the right market because action figure fans don't care about these characters.
Right.
And then kids who play the game don't care about action figures, so there's just not enough crossover there. It just was never going to work. But great figures. Great figures. If they could find a property that appealed to our generation and make these toys, then we probably would be more willing. Oh, then the price was insane. The price was way too much for the Fortnite figures. You could buy the whole game. Like, you could buy skins in the game. Like, that's what people that's what kids who are playing the game care about. They're not going to buy a physical representation of a character. They're going to buy different outfits for their virtual players. Have you heard about what's been going on at Target with their Pride display?
Yes.
Okay. So there have been videos on TikTok of people going in to these Target stores and either demolishing the Pride displays or like pretending they're Jay Leno and doing like their man on the street gig and being like to customers like, what do you think about this? Oh, it's the devil. What do you think about this? And I'm just like, these people need to stop. This is ridiculous. Like, they were coming up to people and being like, oh, do you know the original meaning for the rainbow? And I'm like, yeah, I know the original meaning for the rainbow. It's an optical illusion when light hits water. That's what it is. It's an illusion. It's fake. It has no connection to the Bible. It's not real. Like, your outrage. It's not real. It's fake. A bunch of phony people going into Target, harassing employees, harassing customers, trying to get clout on the internet. You're just doing it for the clicks. You're just doing it for the followers. You can't make engaging content on your own, so you have to go tear down other communities. I've had enough of it. You know, first they came for the books, and I said nothing, because I'm not a reader. But now you've come for Target, and you've gone too far. I'm standing up for Target. I don't want Target to get rid of anything. More things. Because it's not just Target slapping a rainbow on a t-shirt and trying to sell it for $40. It's actually LGBTQ companies, small businesses making these products, selling them in Target. This is a big deal to that community. And for Target to make a decision to stop doing it because some idiots are deciding that they want to be famous on the internet for being bad guys, I don't think that's right. And I think people need to stand up for the people who don't have a voice, who aren't on there acting a fool. It's easy to go get clicks when you're looking like a moron. Everyone wants to look at the moron and point. But what about the other side? What about the people being actually hurt by this? What about the people who have to go work in a Target and deal with these monsters? Who's going to stand up for them? I guess us. I guess that's what we're going to do. So knock it off, all right? Go find something else. Go run for government like all the other crazies. God, just had enough of it. I hate seeing every story where Target decided not to do something anymore because one guy wrote a letter. Yeah. They pulled a book because one mom had a complaint. A teacher showed a Disney movie and one mom didn't like that it had a gay character, so the whole class has to suffer.
One mom didn't like that there was a drug dealer action figure in the toy aisle. And
one
moved
mom
that section of the toy aisle.
Didn't know that Breaking Bad was one of the greatest shows on television and just thought there was a random drug dealer. Didn't recognize his face from Malcolm in the Middle. I'm just so sick. We've always heard the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yes.
But it's not. You shouldn't just do things based on what one person says. It's like when you go to review a restaurant or something. The only people that write the review, that take the time to say something, are the people that had a problem. These are the people who we hear from because they have nothing better to do than to complain. The people that just want to live their lives, just make it from day to day. They don't have time to write novels on the internet about how they don't agree with something. We always have to deal with the other people. And I'm sick of it. So that's my rant for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's let this go viral, all right? Thanks, Bill. You backed me up a little bit there. I enjoyed that.
Yes, you're welcome.
I didn't want to
interrupt your rant. I didn't want to interrupt your rant at all.
I know, I did. I have it in my list of things that says, and now rant.
And now rant.
But I did. It does annoy me. Because I just could you imagine? Well, first of all, they're upset because someone told them to be upset. None of their complaints are based in any personal experiences.
Well, it's been like that forever.
Yeah.
Before the internet, everything like that.
Yeah. Someone on the internet or someone on TV wanted to get ratings, so they riled people up. And this is what happens. If you spin people up, some people are more susceptible to being spun up. Excuse me. I've lost my voice from this.
Drink some of that water.
Yeah, I know. Some people just are more susceptible to being spun up, and people take advantage of that. And they will say these things and send people out into the real world, and there are real consequences to what's going on.
Yeah.
And so you see these people walking into Target literally destroying displays with the rainbow on it, making bomb threats to close down stores. People are just trying to live their lives. They're not hurting you. They're not encroaching on you. It's just, oh my God. Can you imagine having enough time in your day to go complain about something? Like if I get the wrong food at a restaurant, I won't even complain. I'm like, whatever, I'm going to try something new. You don't need to complain about every little thing. Find the real things to complain about. Find where people are really making a negative impact in your life. Think about it. Maybe the people who are really hurting you are trying to distract you with these little issues. That's all I got to say about that. How do we go on? How do we move on from that? Do we move on? Is that the end?
I don't know. It was so passionate.
I went and biggins, if you will. I went toy hunting this week, and I went to a bunch of stores in one day, and I documented it. So I have footage that I'm going to try to make into toy hunt videos. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. And I went to multiple Targets. I went to multiple Walmarts. I went to a Kohl's. I went to a Dollar Tree. I went to at least one other store. Five Below I went to. They all had Pride displays. And I'm in Florida, by the way. They all had Pride displays. Some of them, most of them, even had Pride displays specifically for your pets. For your gay Florida pets. They had Pride collars and everything you could want.
Wow.
Nobody was rioting. Nobody was offended. Nobody gave a damn about it. And it's like, where are these people that are actually offended by the rainbow, by an optical illusion? It's silly. It's so silly. Another thing I did this week, my son has gotten into Pokemon cards. He's very good at math, so he likes looking at the cards and seeing like their attack value, and he can like add up attack value, and like maybe that's part of the game. I don't actually know how Pokemon cards work. I don't really know how any card game like that's not poker. I don't know how like any of like Magic the Gathering, any of that works. But I guess I'm gonna have to find out because my kid is really into this game. So at the mall, there's a Pokemon store, and every Friday they do a trading event where you can take your cards, show them to other Pokemon card collectors, and you can trade. And I don't know how trading works. Is it like there's really rare cards and you like will trade multiple cards for that? Or I just don't know. But again, I'm going to have to find out because my kid is into this. But your story about taking your kids to Toy Show and them just giving you free stuff because, hey, kids, you know, it's absolutely true. Because people were just giving my kid free Pokemon cards just because he was a kid. And they like are nice people, like it's a nice community. And they're like, I remember when these people are old, so they probably didn't remember when they were a kid playing Pokemon cards because it didn't exist. But they have it was fathers and sons, so it's like they want to like have people. It's a nice community. It is,
but that's how you continue. That's how you continue the community going
the goodwill
forward.
Of the community, exactly.
Yes.
It's not like a gated community where it's like, if you don't know what you're talking about, get the hell out of here, kid. No, it's like I want to help you. So that was fun. We got a bunch of cards that I know nothing about. But here's the thing. I've showed this in the past. My sister collected the original Pokemon cards, and she kept them, and my mom mailed them down to me. So I have in my possession the original Pokemon cards, and a lot of them. So once I figure out their value, I'm going to walk in there. My son's going to walk in there, and it's going to be like opening one of the boxes in a movie where it's just gold light coming out. It's like, I don't even know what's in there. I don't even know. But people are going to be drawn to it like moths to a flame. So once I figure out what I'm working with here, because I don't know, maybe somebody can point me in the direction of some how-to videos on how to assess the value of a Pokemon card. And then we'll be rolling.
Or he'll just get ripped off. There'll be that one guy
that's like, what I would like to avoid.
Right.
So we walked in there, and I'd only brought 4 cards, and they were all the McDonald's cards, the McDonald's Pokemon cards, because I figured those probably aren't worth much. So he just wanted the thrill of trading. So like people were willing just to like trade for the sake of trading. And then people just started giving us stuff. They gave us some dice. They gave us like little like physical coins that are apparently part of the game. All these things that I have no idea. I mean, I play Pokemon Go. I'm aware of how that works. It's fun. Right. It was great. I was like, oh, thank you so much. But at the same time, I was kind of like, I don't know. It's like you don't encounter that so much in the world where people are just nice to be nice. No. So I'm like, what's your angle here?
Right. Are you going to kidnap my son?
Like, wait a minute. And now I'm starting to understand how the other people think, where they think even people being nice is really like a negative thing. Like, wait a minute. I think I cracked the code. But no, they were nice people, and it's a nice store. And I always wondered like how this store existed. Like, how do you make money just being a Pokemon store? But it was packed. And like people, you had to pay like $6 to get in, but you get a pack of cards for that. So, Pokemon, big business. I don't know. It's always been. It's probably the number one in terms of like brands. It's got to be close to number one, if not number one. with all the revenue streams between the app and the cards and the movies and the TV show. And oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my Pika God. I want to mention this quickly. I don't know if it'll go anywhere, but I think it's a good idea. I talked to you about doing a toy film festival.
Yes, you did.
I just wanted to confirm that this wasn't a fever dream. I did talk to you about this. Okay. So the idea is, I was doing my toy hunt videos, and I was like, there really is like an artistry to this. Because I was doing like whip pans and like doing like rack focus from like one toy to the next. Like it was just a lot of fun. And there are a lot of toy videos, obviously. There's a lot of toy hunt videos. So my original idea was, let's do a toy hunt film festival, and people can submit different categories, like short form, long form. Then we do like best cinematography, best narration, all these things. And then I was talking to some of our other friends from the toy community, Toy Scales, and they're like, why not open it up to all toy videos? I was like, okay, so we can do like toy review videos. We can do like stop motion. There's like lots of different genres of videos within the toy community. So this is something that I'm interested in producing. And it's in its infancy of thought right now. But the idea would be we would create judging panels like they do for like Cannes and actual film festivals. We would get sponsors to like give away gifts for each of the categories. And then I imagine we would do like an actual live event, like a live stream, where we would have all like nominees up there, like, like an actual award show. So who knows if this will actually come to fruition, but if this sounds like something that you are interested in, let us know however you consume our media, whether this is TikTok, whether you are listening to the podcast. You can send us an email at thereluctantadultpodcast@gmail.com. I would like to hear from people if this is something that they think is a worthwhile venture. Because if it is, I want to do it. And if it's not, I still want to do it. But I'd like to hear that I'm doing something that people will actually want to consume. That would be nice. Did you see that Hasbro teased the next G.I. Joe HasLab project?
They've been teasing it.
But there was like an official. Did they do a little cartoon or a little comic strip?
I don't think they've been doing like little dossiers, like little leaks from Destro to Cobra Commander.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
With like them sending in, I think Snake Eyes, not Snake Eyes.
Yes.
Storm Shadow went in,
right? Yep.
And stole some information. So. I don't know what it is yet. They did have like a little descriptor that kind of gave away what it could potentially be, but it's coming. It's coming.
So I'm looking at it here. It says incoming transmission decrypting Hobra hack initiated from Agent Jupiter, location Hasbro HQ. So Storm Shadow breaking into Hasbro Place, climbing the wall, coming down like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. But then I don't know if anybody's broken down these images to see if like something's hidden in there.
Right.
Do we have any like top subjects?
If you go to the last, so there's the message at that. If you go to the last sentence, it kind of gives you some verbs there that might kind of reveal what it could be, but I haven't dug deep enough to figure it out.
This new opponent appears swift and agile with significant firepower, ready to defend against the hiss on all fronts. So, is there a G.I. Joe vehicle that was paired with the hiss in the original line?
My guess is it's probably a tank. Whatever they called the tank, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That'd be my guess. But who knows? It's the USS Flag.
Oh, there we go.
It's 40 feet long.
People want it. People would buy it. I wonder how many of those they'd have to sell. Because if it's more than 15, it probably wouldn't happen. But if it was only 15, I think it could get done.
We need to sell 15 of these. How much are they? They are $5,000.
So, I mean, I think you could get 20 people to pay that much. Just make it a Build-A-Figure and put it in with the next 700 waves.
Oh, yeah.
Has anybody thought about doing that? A 700 wave Build-A-Figure? I'd like to see it. Build the Statue of Liberty from the first X-Men movie that they did.
It's like that Eagle. It's like that. It's like the Eagle Moss campaign.
That's right. That's exactly what it should be.
Here you are. You're
that went so well.
You're with us for the next 30 months.
Uh-huh. There's another company picking up.
Yeah, they picked up all the molds and the continuation so people can finish up.
Could they,
a lot
of
they
their
just
drop
stuff,
it all at once? Because it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Just let me out of this. I just want to get out. Okay, that's nice. Because could you imagine a second company going out of business halfway through? Like, God damn it. I just want my Ecto 1. Oh, speaking of giant vehicles, you were showing me that what is it? You were showing me the time machine, the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Yes, by Tomy.
So what do we know Tomy for?
They do they've been around for quite some time. They just do a lot of vehicles, a lot of plastic vehicles in the 80s, wind-ups, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Is this like one of the more high-end things that they've ever offered?
It looks like it, unless they've been doing high-end stuff for a while, and we just haven't been aware of it just because it hasn't really interested us.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's the same size as the NECA figures, so if you've been getting those... Mm-hmm. It's a Kickstarter, too. That's the other thing. It's a Kickstarter as well.
Ah, see, that's the trick. That's where they get you.
So you have to... I think at the time now... I put myself on the mailing list, but you also, if you put down like a $5 security deposit on it, they'll set the price. Or like you'll get like the introductory price to it, which I think it's $199. I don't think it's a lot.
That's not a lot for a Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Yeah. And this is an official Back to the Future product?
I believe it. Yeah, it has to be.
It has to be. It's just like interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
NECA, I guess, not interested in doing that.
No.
This will probably be out before the turtle van, the way things are going. Super 7 had, speaking of people who make turtles and like to delay things, Super 7 had an updated shipping schedule. I'm trying to remember what was... I think that there was like a Power Rangers set that's still scheduled to come out this summer, Series 2, which has the Dragon Sword, which is very exciting to me. I was speaking of Super 7. So last week, I was just sitting here waiting for you to come on to start the show, and I was playing with my Green Ranger, and I broke him.
You broke all your figures.
Broke all the figures. So the part that broke is the hips, because I tried to like move his leg forward 90 degrees, and it's hard plastic on hard plastic, and it doesn't work. My friends in the toy manufacturing industries, you cannot put hard plastic against hard plastic because this is going to happen. It's going to snap. They snapped. So Super 7 is sending me replacements. I already got the FedEx like alert email that I signed up for.
Oh, good.
New Goldar, new Green Ranger. And like, I guess I'm just not going to move them because it's not like these were defective. It's just the design of it.
Yeah, just don't touch them ever.
That's too bad.
And you have to send those ones back, right?
I think so. They did say something about like, let us know when it arrives so we can arrange sending back the broken ones, which is fine. If they're going to pay to send it back, that's not a big deal. It'd be nice just to be able to keep it, because why do you want a broken figure? But
you're going to keep breaking them? Or are you just going to be like, smash?
Yeah.
Like, here's your pieces back.
Yeah, if you don't start sending us something for free, I'm just going to break all your toys. Send me another one, please. Another one. One more. One more, please. No, I do like them. And like, then I was thinking like, do I want to keep buying all of these after I just talked them up so much? Do I want to keep buying them? And yeah, I do want to keep buying them. I just want them to not be broken. But if I know that they'll replace them at least, because I'm not going to like go back to Entertainment Earth and be like, send me a new one. It's not their fault. Like they packaged this as well as they could. That didn't arrive broken. It's just the manufacturing design choice of the plastic type. while I was doing, I was in a mood, and it was destructive mood with my toys. I talked about buying the starting lineup figures, and I bought the one white guy because I wanted to put my selfie series head on that. And I'm trying to look for, there it is. So my selfie series head, this is one of them. I'm a pretty pale guy, so I got the palest figure I could find, and he was dressed in, what is it, Timberwolves? No, Dallas Mavericks, I guess. I don't know sports so good. But I'm from Boston. You are still there. And then the Celtics, go team! Last night, coming back, forcing Game 7. By the time you listen to this, they probably will have lost. But anyways, I wanted to put the pale guy in the Celtics outfit, so I did some boil and pop, and here we go. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at you. Wow.
So I'm thinking here what we could do is if we could find a guy that looked like Larry Bird, we could do this and then pop the Larry Bird head on here, and then we're in business. All right? Then we're in business.
Yeah.
So I made a whole video, or I filmed myself doing this whole thing. So I'm going to try to make that a video somewhere so you can see how I injured myself. Here's my heat. I got a heat blister. Because when your skin is over hot water, the steam rises and it makes your skin very soft. And then if you touch it with anything, like if you have to use pliers to pull apart a stuck piece, you could rip your skin. And that's exactly what happened to me.
Ouch.
So don't try this at home, kids. Send it to the professionals who will charge you an arm and a leg. That's how this hobby works. Speaking of TikTok, we had someone post that they were concerned that there's an impersonator of us out there. They were concerned that someone was pretending to be us to get hits off of our videos. And I had to inform him that no, that is also us. We have a backup account called the Redundant Adult Podcast. You see how the name kind of works. So originally the idea, I think the original idea was we want a second account so that Bill and I can both go live on TikTok. It's like we can't go live because we're two people in two different places. We're not like toy scales. We don't live together yet. So we need two accounts. So we're trying to get this second account over 1,000 views or 1,000 followers, I should say. Right. And then we'll be good. I don't know if there's any purpose to like hype it up beyond that. But if you follow that account, you're going to get classic content and you're going to get some new content. There's some things I'm putting on there that you're not going to see on the main channel. So definitely follow the Redundant Adult Podcast on TikTok and help us get there. Help us do things we're trying to do. We appreciate it. NECA unveiled the Kino figure. This is going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. Well, this version of him. There's it comes in a pizza box, and there's like, I don't even know, a keychain. Like, what are these other like knickknacks that comes with him?
You get an Employee of the Month magnet.
Need that.
You need that.
Need that. Then I'll go right with like the poster of the news building or something they sent with one of the sets. Like, yes, great.
God, cool. What else do you get? It's in a pizza box.
It all is the white with the red lettering on it that looks like the pizza box. Like everything.
You get a T-shirt. I think you might get. Yeah, you get a T-shirt, either large or XL. You do.
Okay. Sorry, normal size people. Only large or XL.
Yeah.
Start bulking up. Eat some more pizza.
Right. I think there's one more doodad that you get with it. Yeah,
doodad.
But
it's
like, if this is it, that's fine. Is it going to be in is it going to be in the stores? Maybe.
Yeah,
who knows?
They won't officially announce that until the suckers have already paid twice as much for the Comic-Con version. Yeah, but that's fine. That's how NECA makes money. That's how they do their business.
Of course.
Is there anyone like breaking down barriers to be the first in line to get the Kino figure? I don't know. We're gonna find out, I guess. I'm not. We've talked about this. Like, not like the bloom is off the rose or whatever. Like, I'm not like excited for these. Well, actually, let me ask you this: are you excited for Ninja Turtles 3 action figures?
No.
Okay. Well, there you go. Really? Didn't you buy the singing turtles?
What were the
sewer tour, the ooze tour?
Oh yeah, I did. I don't know
but why. But you're not gonna buy these?
I
it's
don't.
Like the same figure.
I don't have a connection with these.
Yeah.
These came out that movie came out at a point where turtles, like, you can actually see the divergence of interest with that movie and me. Secret of the Ooze, 100% in. Turtles 3, not having it. Watched it on a 13-inch screen TV. I think I rented the video from your video store and watched it. I never saw it in the theater. Never saw it in the theater.
I think I did. I mean, that happened quick because what was the timeline between Secret of the Ooze and this movie? It couldn't have been more than 2 years.
Probably like 6 months.
That was just like a big time. That was just like a lot of stuff happened in media for children. Or I guess we weren't children anymore, but
I think at that point I'd already moved on to X-Men and Batman and was
you were into
deep
more mature
the comic
cartoons.
book stuff. Yes.
Yeah. Well, this is pretty much all there is left for NECA to do with movie Turtles. So you knew they were going to do it. And this is it. They did Turtles 1. Great. They did Turtles 2. Okay. Now they're doing Turtles 3. I would actually be... I did not pick up the tour, whatever they changed the name to. The Ooze tour or whatever. But like I like those. I think those are really funny. These I'm not... Because it's like basically... You lose the turtle body because they're wearing clothes.
Sure.
So, like, even if you look at the Playmates figures, if you took the heads off, you could pretty much put a human head on there, and you really couldn't tell.
Yeah, I think there might be a little bit of the shape, but not much.
Yeah.
They still look like
the shell is definitely hiding. So yeah, it's just, I mean, NECA's going to make it because it exists and people are going to buy it because NECA makes it, and that's the cycle of that. But if they never made it, I don't think people would be like clamoring. There wouldn't be any online petitions. But
no, I mean, I don't think we'll see much out of it other than the 4 turtles because the main villain was just April was in it, and it was
a different actress. Was it the actress from the second one?
It was the actress from the second one. Casey Jones was back.
That's right.
Briefly.
But he stayed in the New York, right? He didn't go to feudal Japan.
In the present day. He did not go to feudal Japan. No.
Yeah.
And then the villain was like a warlord, but he was like English.
Yeah. Oh, right. He was very proper.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember his action figure. He had a nice plumed large hat.
Yes. Need that. That's going to be a fun figure.
But outside of that, nothing.
No. Well, that's fine. Save more money. More money for...
Start doing some horses. That'll be it. They'll do like...
Oh, the horses would be great. Yeah.
Horses.
Companies have made well-articulated 6-inch horses, but NECA hasn't. I bet NECA could make some nice ponies. Yeah.
Pony up,
people
guys.
Would love that. Pony up. Come on.
We don't need Kino and his scooter. Randy. We need Raphael and his pony.
Yeah. I might actually buy that. If they did a 4-pack of the 4 turtles and 4 horses,
that'd be.
I might have to get that. A whole stable. I need the whole stable.
It's a lot of horses.
All right, Bill. Anything else for this big week?
No.
All right. Very good. All right, everybody. Well, you know what we say. We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.